Welcome to Math 109. I want to take a minute to go over some of the online features of the course, beginning with Canvas. As you can see here, I'm on the home screen of our Canvas page. When you arrive here, any new announcements will be listed under Recent Announcements. I haven't posted any yet, but by the time you see this, there will be a welcome announcement posted there. And then below is our landing page. This page will be here every time you access our course on Canvas. And I've listed 6 links here that are pretty important. The first one just refers to my office hours and contact information. You can certainly click on that to find me, but you can also contact me through Canvas. That's not an issue. The next one is the course syllabus. Please read the course syllabus carefully. We actually have a syllabus quiz, which is due July 2nd. And I'm hoping that you'll get all those questions right. It's just really meant to get you to interact with the syllabus. The third link is a requirement for the course. We are going to use myopenmath.com to deliver the content for the course. That includes the textbook access and any of the interactive assignments that we have. We will also have projects that you won't necessarily need to use MyOpenMath to complete, but you will submit the assignments on MyOpenMath. So please enroll for this as soon as possible. It's free to sign up. Our course ID and enrollment key are listed here. And if you happen to need a little video to give you a tutorial of how to get registered, that's listed in our next item, which is the week 1 checklist. I'll also have that video posted in the new announcement that I post after I make this video. As you scroll to the bottom of the page, there are 2 other orientation items that you need to complete by July 2nd. The first one is the student information inventory. It's also linked in the week 1 checklist. And then there's the syllabus quiz that I mentioned earlier that you'll take when you're ready, but try to do that within the first 2 days. That's pretty much all we'll have for Canvas. All new announcements will be posted there, and then this landing page will be available with these links. If you do need to send messages, of course, you can use the inbox feature, or you can send email for that. But most of our work will be done in MyOpenMath. And in fact, there's going to be discussion forums and a messaging system there that you can use to contact me or ask questions. So, having said that, let's go ahead and switch over and take a look at MyOpenMath. I won't go through the registration process since there's a separate video for that, but I do want to show you our course setup. So when you first arrive to the course, there's essentially 4 sections that are currently visible. There's an announcement section here in the orange, and that will basically just be another copy of any announcements that I put on Canvas. So if I post it on Canvas, I just paste a copy here. Only the most recent announcement will be displayed at the top of the orange section. Any older announcements will be in the announcement archive. They'll just be covered up so they're not filling up your whole screen. Next is the green course documents and information section. Right now, I have a link to the syllabus that you've already seen on our Canvas page, and I'll go over the syllabus with you here in a second. And then I've also got a section here just describing how you can use the online graphing calculator Desmos to help you with some of the things that we're going to work with. When you work in a course in algebra, oftentimes you need to be able to represent functions graphically, and this is a great tool that's free, that's online, that'll help us do that. This is a 7-week course, and I have it organized by week. So as you can see, only the first 2 weeks are available. I will get the rest of them up shortly. They're all designed and ready to go. I just have a few tweaks I need to make, and then I'll make them visible. But our first 2 weeks are already available for you. Week 1's a little bit busy, but don't panic. We start with some orientation assignments, and these are due right away. I already mentioned those, and they're in the checklist, which I'll show you in a minute. But the orientation assignments are basically that student inventory. You're just going to answer questions about yourself that I've put together in a little Google form. That's just to help me make sure that I'm meeting your needs the best that I can. There's the syllabus quiz that I mentioned. That's also a Google form. and you'll complete that right in the form. You do not need to submit anything with either of these assignments. I just posted the links there so that you can access them, and then I will go back and put your scores in after everybody's done, and it'll be recorded in the grade book. And then finally, the last part of the orientation assignments is just a little student tutorial that helps you work with entering math into the MyOpenMath system. So it's designed to give you an overview of how the system works. The goal for all of these is for you to get all the points. I'm not trying to dump a whole bunch on you right away here, but we do need to complete some assignments this week so that I don't have to submit your name to be dropped. Because this is an accelerated 7-week course, I'm sure they're going to be asking me by Friday if you've attended. And in an online course, the way you attend is you submit something that's actionable. You submit something that I can grade, and that's what these are designed to do. Also, during week 1, I'm just going to ask you to make some introductions, and that's this required discussion forum. That'll be the only required discussion forum in week 1 or 2, so it should be pretty basic. You just tell us about yourself, and you will need to reply to 2 students. It's explained here, but basically you get 6 points for the original post and then 2 points for each of the 2 replies to add up to 10 points. And finally, we're going to start with a little bit of math. So we're going to try and cover 3 lessons out of our textbook. The textbook chapters are linked where it says read. So I give you the objectives for the particular lesson. You go and you read the section. There's some videos that go along with the reading, which are very helpful. I've got a couple of calculators that I designed for helping you find distance and midpoint because you'll need to do that in the assignment. So if you access those, you can just type in your points and it'll do the calculation for you. And then each lesson has 2 types of assignments. The first one is a video assignment. It's shorter and it's designed for you to practice. So I think I have it set for you to get, we'll check the syllabus, but I think 3 attempts on each question without penalty, and then you can ask for extra questions if you need it. So the goal is for you to get all the points here, but to practice the math so that when you get to the homework assignment, you can do your best work. You do get extra attempts for the questions on the homework assignment, but there is a 10% penalty each time you have to take another shot at it. But please keep working on these problems. If you get it wrong once, doesn't mean you're done. You can attempt the problem again. You could always ask me questions as well. In fact, each question has a little button that says message your instructor. And if you try that problem once or twice and you are still not getting it right, hit the message instructor button. It'll show me the problem. It'll show me what you've tried. And then you and I can communicate on that, and I can help guide you to a right answer. In week 1, we'll end up completing 3 lessons, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. The content of these lessons builds up to one thing that is included in week 2. We have a project due at the end of week 2. I don't want you to wait until week 2 to get that thing started, though. So take a peek at the project sometime this week so that when you get to week 2, you'll be able to get that done. The other thing I want you to notice is that there's due dates for these items. So basically I made half of each week due on Thursday and the other half due on Sunday. Those are just deadlines. I would prefer that you work ahead. Obviously, I don't want you working on the 4th of July, so try and get those done beforehand. But if you need the extra time, you can use it. And then the other thing I want you to know about that we'll see in the syllabus is that you can always ask for a week extension. They call it a late pass. But stuff happens. I don't need to know the reason. But if you don't get everything done during a week, you can use a late pass. The only time you can't use a late pass is in week 7, which is going to be a shorter week anyway, because we're done at the end of that week on Friday, August 16th. And then I'll need time to get your grades organized and submitted. So we want everything done by week 7. A late pass is good for 1 week. You can't use a late pass for something in week 1 in week 5. It's too late then. But if you need to work on some week 1 stuff during week 2, you can use a late pass to get you there. So this is the basic setup of My Open Math, let me just quickly show you these weekly checklists. So each week there'll be a checklist posted. It's just a Google Doc. You can make a copy of it for yourself. And if you're not sure how to do that, there's a little link to a video that'll show you what to do. And then the checklist is just designed for you to see what you need to get done that day and when it's due. So the first thing I want you to do, obviously, is register for My Open Math. I've listed the course ID and the enrollment key there. There's a video link that I mentioned before if you need help with that. And then all of these items you are going to try and complete during the week. Notice at the end of week 1, I did put a looking ahead section to remind you, hey, take a peek at the calendar project ahead of time. Don't wait until the end of week 2 to do that. The due dates are not the dates that you're supposed to start working on things. You should start at the beginning of the week and then have them done by the due date. So you'll have this checklist for each week. If you check the box, it strikes it out for you. So it's just a good way to keep track of it if you have your own copy. Let's take a quick look at that syllabus too, and then I'll wrap this video up. So here's the official syllabus, which is linked in Canvas and in My Open Math. The usual stuff's listed there, like my contact info. My name's Alan Murphy. I think if you already watched my introduction video, you've seen me. But if you want to address me, as I mentioned there, you can just call me Alan or Mr. Murphy. I don't have a PhD, so I'm not a doctor, but I do have 2 masters. I don't know if that gives you any confidence in me or not. But everything that you need to know about the course is listed here. In particular, pay attention to how the grading is set up. We have basically 5 different categories of items. The orientation takes up 10%, and then we move from there. The course grades are assigned with the grading scale that's listed there. I have the course website information. Here's where I detail the video assignments. I tell you that you get 3 attempts, and then you can also ask, for most of the questions, you can ask for another version of the problem, and then you get 3 more attempts on those. The homework assignments are also outlined here. Again, you get 3 attempts, but each attempt after the first one is subject to a 10% penalty. If there is a second version of the question available to you, again, the 10% penalty would get added on there. We will have some required discussions forums, probably 3 or 4. The first one is the introduction that I already mentioned, but the points are outlined here. And then we also have for every single lesson an open discussion. That's a place where if you're stuck, you can just put a question out to the whole class. I don't mind if we work together on a lot of this stuff. There's only a small number of us in the section this summer, so please let's communicate together since we can't meet together to do that. Then I've got a discussion of the late passes and our disability statement, which is just an outline of if you need extra resources, how you can access those. Feel free to contact the university and then let me know as well. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. Again, the key is to getting registered for My Open Math and diving into the course. These screens will be populated by more things by the time you get to tomorrow. I'm filming this, or recording this, I guess you call it, on Sunday, but the class starts tomorrow, July 1st. So with that, I'll let you go. Good luck. Please communicate with me early and often if you have any questions. Take care.